The Solar System is a planetary system made up of a variety of celestial bodies kept in orbit by the gravitational force of the Sun. It has a diameter of about 120 to 130 astronomical units, equal to 0.0019 light-years, understood as the area of space that is subjected to the solar wind, leaving aside the immense area subjected to solar gravity alone. It is located in the Orion arm of the Milky Way and orbits around the galactic center at a distance of about 26,700 light-years and a speed of 230 kilometers per second. It is estimated that the Solar System takes about 225 to 250 million years to complete a lap around the galactic center. The Solar System is made up of the Sun, which alone has 99.86% of the mass of the entire system, 8 planets, 4 internal rocky ones and 4 external gas giants and many other minor bodies. In order of distance from the Sun, the 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The solar wind, a flow of plasma generated by the continued expansion of the solar corona, permeates the entire solar system, creating a bubble in the interstellar medium known as the heliosphere, which extends more than halfway up the diffuse disk. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun and is also the smallest. It has no natural satellites and its only known geological formations, other than impact craters, are protruding ridges, probably produced during a phase of contraction that occurred in its primordial history. The planet has no atmosphere, except for faint traces of gas probably resulting from the interaction of the solar wind with the planet's surface. During the day, the ground reaches 427 degrees Celsius, while at night it can reach -180 degrees Celsius. Although very bright, it is very difficult to observe because it has a very rapid motion, plus since it is close to the Sun it is always immersed in brightness. Venus is very similar in size to Earth, and like Earth, it has a silicate mantle around an iron core, an atmosphere, and activity on its surface suggests internal geological activity. However, it is much drier than Earth, and its atmosphere is 90 times denser. Venus has no natural satellites. It is the hottest planet in the solar system, with surface temperatures above 460 degrees Celsius, most likely due to the amount of greenhouse gases in its atmosphere. No definitive evidence of current geological activity on Venus has been found, but it is likely that its dense atmosphere is regularly fueled by volcanic eruptions. Earth is the largest and densest of the inner planets, the only one with known current geological activity, and is probably the only planet in the solar system that supports life. Its liquid hydrosphere is unique among the inner planets, and it is also the only planet where plate tectonics have been observed. Earth's atmosphere is extremely different from that of the other planets, as it has been altered by the presence of life and is composed of 21% oxygen. It has a natural satellite, the Moon. Mars is smaller than Earth and Venus. It has a thin atmosphere, composed mainly of carbon dioxide. Its surface, dotted with volcanoes, such as the Great Olympus Mons, the highest mountain in the entire solar system, and Val Marineris, shows geological activity that has persisted until relatively recent times. Its red color comes from the presence of rust in the soil, rich in iron. Mars has 2 small natural satellites of irregular shape, Deimos and Phobos, which are thought to be asteroids captured by its gravitational field. Phobos is the larger and closer to Mars of the 2, while Deimos is the more distant and smaller. Jupiter, with 318 Earth masses, has 2.5 times the mass of all the other planets combined. It is 778 million kilometers from the Sun, and takes about 12 Earth years to complete a complete orbit. Its density is very low, with winds reaching about 600 kilometers per hour. In fact, it is a predominantly gaseous planet, composed of very light elements, such as hydrogen and helium. In the central area, there is probably a solid core at a very high temperature. The strong internal heat of Jupiter creates a series of long-lasting features in its atmosphere, such as the famous Great Red Spot. Jupiter has 79 known natural satellites. The four largest, Ganymede, Callisto, Io and Europa. Saturn, distinguished by its ring system, has several similarities with Jupiter, such as its atmospheric composition. Saturn is much less massive, being only 95 Earth masses. It has 82 known satellites, two of which, Titan and Enceladus, show signs of geological activity. Titan is larger than Mercury and is the only satellite in the solar system to have a dense atmosphere formed by nitrogen and methane. It is also known to have a density lower than that of water. Like Jupiter, Saturn also has the Great White Spot, or storms present in the northern hemisphere of the planet. Uranus, with 14 Earth masses, is the least massive of the outer planets. Uniquely among the planets, it orbits the Sun with an axial tilt greater than 90 degrees to the ecliptic, perhaps due to an impact with another body of 2.75 Earth masses during its formation. It has a very cold core compared to the other gas giants, so it radiates very little heat into space. Uranus has 27 known satellites, the largest of which are Titania, Oberon, Umbriel, Ariel, and Miranda. Uranus also has a storm only 3,000 kilometers in diameter, the Black Spot, which is however the smallest among the gas giant planets. Neptune, although slightly smaller than Uranus, is more massive and therefore denser. It radiates more internal heat than Uranus, but not as much as Jupiter or Saturn. Neptune has 16 known satellites. The largest, Triton, is geologically active, with geysers of liquid nitrogen. Triton is the only large satellite with a retrograde orbit and direction. Neptune is accompanied in its orbit by a series of planetoids that are in orbital resonance with it. Like Jupiter and Saturn, Neptune also has a large storm, the Great Dark Spot, located in the southern hemisphere of the planet.